When most gardeners see a weed, they see a problem. But what if that weed is actually just a message about your garden's health? Just like birds can tell us something about the health of our garden, weeds can reveal what's happening beneath the surface. In many cases, they're acting like living soil tests. The trick is learning how to read them. Because weeds don't usually create soil conditions, they reveal them. This is Master Gardener Steve. Let's look at what some common weeds may be trying to tell you about your garden. Let's start with one of the most common weeds in the world, the dandelion. You've probably heard that dandelions indicate compacted soil. That's generally true, but not for the reasons many people think. Dandelions don't somehow detect compacted soil and decide to move in. Instead, compacted soil creates conditions where many plants struggle. There are fewer air pockets, less oxygen around the roots, poorer water movement, and it's physically harder for roots to penetrate. Many plants lose. Dandelions don't. Their deep taproot allows them to push into dense soil where other plants struggle to survive. As competitors disappear, dandelions gain the advantage and take over. The dandelion isn't causing the problem, it's surviving it and taking advantage of poor soil conditions. If you've ever noticed plantain growing along pathways, lawn edges, or areas where people regularly walk, there's a reason. Plantain is incredibly tolerant of compacted soil and foot traffic. Its leaves grow low to the ground, allowing it to survive where many other plants would be crushed or weakened. When I see a plantain, I immediately start looking for traffic patterns. It's often one of the best indicators that a particular area is getting more traffic than you realize. Now let's talk about clover. Many homeowners see clover and immediately think that something's wrong with the lawn. But clover has a unique advantage. It works with beneficial bacteria that live on its roots. Those bacteria help capture nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert it to forms plants can use. When nitrogen becomes limited, grasses often begin to struggle. Clover does not. As a result, clover can spread into areas where nutrient-loving grasses are losing the competition. Again, clover isn't creating the problem, it's benefiting from the conditions. Before synthetic fertilizers existed, farmers intentionally planted red clover as a cover crop. A cover crop isn't grown for harvest, it's grown to improve the soil. Red clover adds nitrogen, helps build organic matter, improves soil structure, and prepares fields for the next crop. In fact, for generations, farmers relied on red clover as one of their most important soil-building tools in the off-season. So what many people call a weed today was once considered an essential farm crop. Purslane. Your soil may be better than you think. Here's one that surprises people. Purslane often shows up in some of the healthiest garden soil you'll find. It thrives in warm, fertile, biologically active soil and grows rapidly when nutrients and moisture are available. Many gardeners assume every weed points to a problem. Purslane often suggests the opposite. Sometimes a weed is simply taking advantage of excellent growing conditions. If horsetail keeps appearing, pay attention. Not to the weed, to the water. Horsetail is an ancient plant whose ancestors existed long before flowering plants evolved. It possesses underground structures that allow it to tolerate wet, poorly drained soil conditions. Many plants struggle when roots stay saturated. Horsetail does not. When I see horsetail thriving, I immediately start investigating drainage issues, irrigation problems, or areas where water remains longer than it should. Finally, let's talk about Oxalis. Oxalis often appears where sunlight reaches exposed soil and competition is weak. Think of it as nature's gap filler. If there's open ground available, Oxalis is happy to move in and occupy it. The lesson here isn't that something's wrong. Sometimes nature is simply covering exposed soil because it doesn't like empty space. Here's what I want you to remember. Weeds don't usually create soil conditions, they reveal them. Every weed is competing against thousands of other plants. The reason certain weeds appear isn't because they chose those conditions, it's because those conditions eliminated many of the competitive plants. The weeds that survive become the clues. When you learn to read those clues, you stop treating the symptoms and start solving problems. And that's when gardening becomes a whole lot easier. The next time you see a weed, don't immediately ask, how do I get rid of this? Ask, why is it growing here? Because your garden is talking to you, and sometimes the weeds have the most important things to say. In the next episode, we'll look at another surprising indicator hiding in plain sight and what it's trying to tell you about your garden. Subscribe for more.